King of Sports, New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to this episode of New Japan Strong. Alex Kozlov and Kevin Kelly are here, and we are on the Collision Tour. This will be the longest, biggest tour that New Japan Strong has presented, Alex, and we have incredible tag team matches here for you this week. We're going to start off with a pair of young lions, the DKC and Kevin Knight, against Adrian Quest and Barrett Brown. Quite a challenge for Barrett Brown.
I mean, will Barrett Brown finally, be composed and do what is right to get on the winning side? He's not been doing good, and I can't wait to see how he's going to be.
Tag team action as well in our second with Jordan Clearwater and Big Poppy Pump Mysterioso against the debuting West Coast Wrecking Crew, Royce Isaacs and Jarrell Nelson.
Well, this is a treat for all the fans of New Japan Pro Wrestling. We get to see a new tag team make their debut when they face off against the Golden Boy and my favorite, Big Poppy Pump.
Well, everybody has been talking about it, and now we are going to finally get to see it. The eagerly anticipated tag team match. Now, check this out. We will see Jon Moxley team up with Chris Dickinson against Blue Justice himself, Yuji Nagata, and Ren Narita. What a great tag team match that is going to be.
Let's do it.
Tom Lawler is the absolute strongest here in New Japan, and there's not a man in the back that can do a thing about it.
Opening match 15分一本勝負を行います。
Are you ready, Kevin, for this collision?
It's collision, actually.
It's one way you can say it.
172センチ、70キロ。さあ、DKC!
The DKC?
Are we allowed to say that he's in the house anymore, or would that get him in trouble?
I don't know, yeah. We should be careful.
See, everything that you learned as a wrestler when you sign on to train with Katsuyori Shibata, you have to unlearn and then do it the Shibata way.
Yeah, you got to set the ego aside completely.
So both the DKC and Kevin Knight came into the LA dojo with wrestling experience, but are under the tutelage now of Katsuyori Shibata, and this team has been an interesting case study, almost emblematic of you and Rocky in some ways. Yeah. They get along, they do well, and then all of a sudden they're kind of squabbling. Barrett Brown, Adrian Quest. Barrett Brown really hungry to get a victory, and he seems to not even be satisfied when the team wins.
He has a slightly unbalanced attitude about it. I mean, he's so desperate for a win that he's been making a lot of mistakes.
Well, he's under a pressure cooker situation here, and it's self-induced. Barrett Brown struggled to get victories and realized that if he doesn't start winning some matches pretty soon, He's not going to be part of the crew here on New Japan Strong any longer. So that's where he started to get more intense and more stressed out. Teaming at the same time with Adrian Quest, who is the polar opposite personality-wise.
Absolutely. Adrian Quest is like the chillest fella you'll ever meet. And I understand the position that Barrett Brown is in. It's not fun to be in that position where you think that you may not have a job next week. But you also have to just be present and focus on doing your best.
Well, with the combined experience of Barrett Brown and Adrian Quest, they would be the favorites against these two young lions. But is Barrett Brown putting so much pressure on himself that one of those mistakes could happen, and could this young lion team of the DKC and Kevin Knight slip over for what would be an upset win? We shall see as the DKC rings up the left arm. Barrett Brown, certainly the pride of Texas, and I know that he has had an eyebrow or two raised about Chase Owens and the Texas Heavyweight Championship. I think he would love an opportunity, being a native Texan, to battle Chase for that crown. We shall see. Getting a win here in this spot certainly wouldn't hurt his cause. DKC tags out. Kevin Knight comes in, says, I want Adrian Quest.
You can see Barrett almost reluctantly tags in Adrian Quest. Already showing that he's not quite in the best mental state. And you just got to focus on the match. Focus on your situation. You're in a tag team match. And get the win.
And realize that you could feel pretty safe having Adrian Quest in there because he's as solid a pro as you can want, 12 years of experience, a great calming force, and hats off to Adrian Quest for even wanting to continue the team. Would you want to work with somebody like that? I mean, Rocky was a bit of a hothead.
No, yeah, Rocky was impossible to work with.
Boy, really?
During
Let
times.
me write that down. Hang on.
But everybody knows that, Kevin. It's not a secret. And look, there's obviously a kind of camaraderie between Adrian Quest and Barrett Brown. Both of these men have something to prove here at New Japan Pro Wrestling. And, look, everybody goes through their phases. And maybe this is the match where Barrett Brown can gather his marbles and do the right thing.
Kevin Knight is a super talented prospect whose best days lie ahead. With leaping ability like that, he tries to catch Adrian Quest.
Look, my God. Kevin Knight went for that jumping shoulder tackle, and Adrian Quest caught him in an arm lock. How amazing was that?
That was great.
By the way, I was the hothead. I was just kidding.
And the arm drag, tries another.
Look at the strength on Kevin Knight. I love watching Kevin Knight. Oh, my God. And also Adrian Quest. Look at that 360 cross body off the middle rope.
Gets the near fall after the tornado. Saying that you're the hothead of that team, I don't know. You and Rocky both push it and shove it a little bit. We could go back and watch, the archives at NJPWworld.com.
I guess, it's a matter of perspective. It appears like it could be me. It appears like it could be him. It takes two to tango.
Well, Barrett Brown and Adrian Quest trying to figure out the right direction here. The drop toe hold, and now pulling him up.
Okay, beautiful tag team work right there.
And now very quickly, Barrett Brown will go for the cover. Again, the quest for victory, the personal victory for Barrett Brown. Even if the team wins, he feels unsatisfied. Kevin Knight reversing Barrett Brown, who hangs onto the rope and gets the young lion charging in. Knight hangs onto the top strand, and Barrett Brown makes him pay for it.
Barrett Brown looking to fly.
How risky will Barrett Brown be here in this scenario? Oh!
He took too much time there.
That's, man, first of all, you've got to be blown away by the hyper athleticism of Kevin Knight, but you could see Barrett Brown in that go, no-go vapor lock. And, boy, that just opened the door even for a young competitor. Now the DKC hammering in. Trying to keep Barrett Brown in check and does so with the rear chin lock. The DKC with his own interesting story had a modicum of success here on New Japan Strong, but then realized that under the tutelage of Katsuyori Shibata, that's where the DKC could finally achieve his goals in wrestling. And asking Shibata, please teach me, and Shibata saying, follow me. And ever since then, he's been training in the LA dojo. Nice escape and the tag to Adrian Quest.
Adrian Quest with a Hurricanrana, knocking Kevin Knight off of the corner. Catching DKC in a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker.
Kevin Knight jumping in to break
5
up the
minutes
pin
has
after he
elapsed.
got clipped
5
on the apron.
minutes.
And Adrian Quest, of course, a diversified young man, as not only his primary goal is professional wrestling, but he's also got that great street clothing line, streetwear, Bermuda.
Yes, almost reminiscent of the career of Rocky Romero in some ways. And so he needs to be real careful how much energy he focuses on wrestling, on his other endeavors.
Here's a cover, too. The lack of focus wasn't because of the clothing line. That lack of focus on Adrian Quest was because of Barrett Brown, who was shouting at his partner to do something different, leaving Adrian Quest vulnerable, and now the Young Lions going to work here.
Wow.
Oh! 2, deep in the red corner, and he almost gets beaten. Again, Barrett Brown, the pressure that he's under, affecting what Adrian Quest was trying to do, and now the Young Lions stringing together some tags. How much time do the Young Lions spend on tag team wrestling?
You know, they're in the ring 24/7, so they have an opportunity to, experience, tagging up with each other. You know, you have to learn how to work in a team as well, because you are forced to be in a tag team in pro wrestling sometimes. So you get to learn all those things. So they have ample opportunity to learn how to work together.
Yeah, it is a full immersion lifestyle. It is 24/7 when you are a young lion.
It's not an easy lifestyle.
No. Goes for the
wow.
Nice escape of the German suplex. Now he needs to make a tag. And Barrett Brown chopping at the bit there in the blue corner. And he will get the tag. A look at determination on the face of Brown. Kevin Knight tagged in as well underneath the clothesline. Barrett Brown now starting to move. Drop kick on the side of the head of Kevin Knight.
Wow, catches him with a drop kick in the corner. Ducks the line. Oh my God, look at that spinning DDT.
Is this enough? 2. Might have been. DKC breaks it up.
You know, I honestly never questioned the skills of Barrett Brown. It's really just his issues and his problems have been in his attitude and mentality. I think that's just as important.
Adrian Quest coming in to go after the DKC, who broke up the pin attempt. We need to get these two men out of the ring before we can have a decision rendered. Oh, there's the shoulder tackle from Kevin Knight, and that will take care of Adrian Quest. And it looks like Barrett Brown may have to go through this next section of the match alone.
Oh, wow.
Look at
Did
that.
you hear the sound of that spinning back fist? Barrett Brown fighting back. Kevin Knight so strong with those Europeans, but I think Adrian Quest tagged in.
He did. He tagged in. He tagged in. So Adrian Quest.
Wow, beautiful running shooting star press.
2. Got it!
Beautiful.
Time.
The blind tag caught Kevin Knight by
Here are
surprise.
your winners, Barrett Brown and Adrian Quest.
Barrett Brown showing frustration.
Imagine if one player on a basketball team was upset when the team wins, but he doesn't hit the game-winning shot. That's not going to be a successful team.
Yeah,
And in spite of Barrett Brown, it's not all about him.
It appears as though Barrett Brown is projecting his own frustrations onto his partner right now. I mean, this is a tag team match. It's not about you.
Be satisfied with the victory. You know, listen, there's going to be opportunities coming up for tag teams here in New Japan Strong. And on this Collision Tour, we're going to see a lot of great tag team matches. This is one of the biggest tours, I think the biggest tour that we've had here on New Japan Strong. And I'm telling you, if this team keeps winning, whether it's Barrett Brown or Adrian Quest who gets the victory, both men get their hand raised. They both get the winner's share of the purse. Adrian will work it out, I have a feeling. Folks, we're just getting rolling here on this episode of New Japan Strong, here on the Collision Tour.
Oh my, whoa! Barrett Brown attacking his partner from behind.
Yes, it's about you. It's about us. What is this about, Adrian?
Yeah, clearly Barrett Brown has completely lost it. Lost all perspective.
Well, the referee left the ring with the DKC and Kevin Knight, and now Barrett Brown is hammering away on Adrian Quest. The last thing Adrian Quest ever expected was to be
my God.
attacked from behind by his tag team partner. What a shameful display by Barrett Brown. No other way to say it. Absolutely shameful.
He's absolutely lost it. Knocked out Adrian Quest with that vicious spinning back fist. And why? Because he couldn't get the W for his team?
Well, luckily now some help will be there for Adrian Quest, but there's going to be hell to pay for Barrett Brown. That was a costly mistake.
第2試合20分一本勝負を行います。
Our first look here on New Japan Strong on the Collision Tour, the team known as the West Coast Wrecking Crew. Come in with quite a reputation, Alex. I personally know Royce Isaacs. First chance getting to see Jorel Nelson. Are you familiar with these two?
I'm not too familiar with them, but I have heard a lot of great things about him. I know that Jorel Nelson is super intense and exciting, a very well-built individual, and so is his partner, Royce Isaacs.
ロイス・アイザックさん
Royce Isaacs actually a former NBA World Tag Team Champion.
Yeah.
ジョレル・ネルソン
And how quickly these two have gelled as a team, I think speaks to Isaac's tag team experience. So we'll see how they can fare as they make their New Japan Strong debut. And they will be taking on a pair of individuals who've really become almost household names, if you will, here on New Japan Strong. We'll see how they fare as a team.
Oh my God, do you hear that?
There it is.
Do you hear that? Well, let me tell you a story. You know what they teach in kindergarten in Mexico? A handicap parking sign does not signify that this spot is for handicapped people. It is actually, in fact, a warning that the spot belongs to Misterioso and that you will be handicapped if you park there.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It's all a mystery with this guy, honestly.
Thus the name, Misterioso. Big Papi Pump, as he's known around these parts. And his tag team partner, Jordan Clearwater, modern day Superman. Business by day, wrestler at night. West Coast Wrecking Crew could find a rough introduction to New Japan Strong. Are you getting stock advice from Clearwater?
Yeah, of course.
Are you getting stock advice from Misterioso?
The advice that I get from Misterioso is just how to be a tougher man in this very tough world. Do you know that Misterioso is the only man or woman who can actually divide by a zero? I don't know. It's a mystery.
I didn't either. All right, so we'll see how Royce Isaacs and Jorel Nelson fare against Jordan Clearwater and Misterioso. Tag team action here on the Collision Tour. One in, one out, says the referee, and let's see who will start for the respective teams. Now, Clearwater and Misterioso have been part of teams. They've been on opposite teams, but this will be quite a test against an established team of Royce Isaacs and Jorel Nelson. It's Isaacs who starts against Clearwater, and the bell sounds and we're underway.
Wow, look at the way that he trips him very quickly. Control him very, very early on, almost psyching him out, you know. when you start the match like that, it really, makes you question yourself a little bit when you get manhandled. In such
Over
a
the
way.
last 5 years, I do not know another wrestler that has more miles on his car than Royce Isaacs. Where I've seen him in California. I've seen him in Colorado. I've seen him in his home state of Utah. I've seen him all throughout the West Coast. And he'll take on any challenger at any time. And now teaming with Jor-El Nelson, boy, they come in with a great reputation. Nice arm drag, though, by Clearwater. Roger Ruffin, trainee. That's tough to say. And Machine Gun Carl Anderson also was trained by Roger and told Clearwater, you need to get out to California, and that's where you can find your fortune. A short forearm there by Isaacs, and now tries the Irish whip, reversed. Isaacs hard to the corner.
Hard splash in the corner, going for the Bulldog. Able to connect. Going for the cover right away.
Both Mysterioso and Jordan Clearwater, as we said, are well known here on New Japan Strong. And obviously Jordan Clearwater and that Midas touch could be the difference. But Big Poppy Pump looks like he's going to get his first chance.
Big Poppy with a hard boot to the midsection.
As JR would say, business has just picked up.
Mysterioso is one of the thickest high flyers in Mexico. Very strong, an amazing high flying ability. He's mostly made of birria, pastor, arrachera, and cerveza.
Well, that's quite a menu you've got there.
It's the building blocks of all that is Mysterioso.
Okay.
Wow, did you hear that? And did you see the expression of his opponent?
Get the car, bring it around, I'm done. That would be it for me. Isaac's off the ropes. A blind tag, and unaware that a tag had been made. Jor-El Nelson comes in and capitalizes.
What a hard forearm to the back, the middle of the back of Mysterioso, knocking him to his butt.
So let's see now if we see some of that intensity like you talked about. The splash and Mysterioso down. Caught from the blind side by Jor-El Nelson.
And a hard punch. Referee warning him.
Another strike there, paying dividends, and now Mysterioso off the ropes.
Look at that. Look how amazing he is using the ring ropes to bounce back with that back elbow.
Rolls through and
Beautiful.
connects with the drop kick.
Did you know that Mysterioso sheds his skin twice a year?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I heard is his secret genetic predisposition to staying youthful and so poppy. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. I'm learning a lot here about Mysterioso. And now Jordan Clearwater tagged back in. You got any facts about Clearwater, or are you just all on Mysterioso?
I'm just fascinated by, all the stories and the legend about Mysterioso. It's fascinating.
So Clearwater now sending Jor-El Nelson corner to corner.
I'm your golden boy, baby.
Certainly very gifted is our golden boy, Jordan Clearwater.
Elevated over the top rope, lands on the ring edge, backs him away. Watch now, Isaacs coming down the line. The referee did not see the attack from behind by Royce Isaacs. And Mysterioso alerting the referee, but perhaps a language barrier. Hang on a second, now a cover.
The referee is not bilingual?
I don't know, I said perhaps. Maybe he did not understand what Mysterioso was, he wasn't picking up what Mysterioso was putting down. Either way now, Royce Isaacs tagged back in, but the damage is done. And you could tell the cohesion between Isaacs and Nelson. Nelson distracted the referee for Isaacs to attack
5 minutes
Clearwater.
has elapsed. 5 minutes.
Look at those punches and hard headbutt of Golden Boy. Jordan Clearwater completely isolated at the mercy of a very cohesive tag team.
Yeah, deep in the blue corner. That's not where Clearwater wants to be, but that's the part of town he finds himself in. So the book on the West Coast Wrecking Crew, they're pretty much a straightforward smash mouth team.
Oh, wow.
They work effectively in close quarters, and they keep their opponent on their half of the ring. It's Fundamental Tag Team 101. And a kick out at 2.
Jordan is in a lot of trouble here.
Another tag. Nelson back in. Another strike. This one to the back.
Well, that was like a hard shot to the sternum. Be real hard to breathe after those shots.
Yeah, their forearms into the chest. They're perfectly legal, but they are nasty. There's a right hand. Now both men throwing fists. A forearm. An answer from Clearwater. He's got to get through Nelson to get the tag to Big Poppy Pump, unable to do so.
Goes for a jumping knee. Clearwater moves out of the way and goes for the jumping neck breaker.
So Clearwater now with an opportunity to get a tag, but quickly Royce Isaacs tagged in and
Not quite. He was so close. Wait a minute. Able to push him off and finally gets a tag to Big Poppy Pump. And things are about to turn around. Beautiful Hurricanrana.
oh, watch
Look
out.
at that hip toss over the top rope, and he's looking to fly.
No way. No way.
Wow.
Yes way. Oh my goodness.
1,
And he flew
2,
over the top like a true gaviota.
4,
I'm going to have to look up what
5,
these words mean. I hope you're not saying anything
6.
offensive.
Just a birdie.
Gotcha.
Flies like a bird. Wow, look at that hard clothesline in that corner.
Really dialing it up here. Nelson down.
Oh!
And Nelson's going to stay. Wait, that's Isaacs. Excuse me. Isaacs down. Isaacs going to stay down as Mysterioso goes outside. Watch this slingshot. Oh!
Beautiful. Senton off his knees off the top rope.
1, 2, and no, a kick out. So Isaacs got tagged in. First denied Jordan Clearwater the opportunity to make the tag. But once Mysterioso came in, everything has swung towards the red corner. Now Isaacs fights off the shoulders. Look at this power.
Wow, flipping him over. Beautiful moonsault off the top.
1, 2, and Jarrell Nelson diving in to break it up.
And now the, very established tag team of Royce Isaacs and Jorel Nelson really being tested by some of New Japan Pro Wrestling's finest.
So now can Mysterioso, he'll tag Clearwater, and it could be time very soon for a Midas touch. One double team here, they gotta look for the victory. All right, so now here we go, watch out!
Moves out of the way, and Clearwater's.
Well, lacking the experience of the team, Clearwater and Mysterioso.
Watch out, oh my God!
All
Devastating
the way down.
maneuver.
Mysterioso coming up. Oh! There goes Jorel Nelson down.
Whoa, and he completely just tosses him over the top rope.
Back to his amateur roots. Royce Isaacs throwing. Mysterioso, look at Jordan Nelson. Tope suicida.
Ten minutes has elapsed. 10 minutes.
And now watch this. You want to talk about risk. You want to talk about no fear. How about that? Top rope elbow drop. Followed up with the Death Valley driver across the knees of Nelson. And I don't care who you are, you get hit with that, you ain't getting up.
What an impressive debut.
Time 10 minutes and 21 seconds. Here are your winners, Jorel Nelson and Royce Isaacs, the West Coast Wrecking Crew.
All right, I'm impressed.
The West Coast Wrecking Crew. Wow, they certainly lived up to their name.
Well, when you come in with a reputation from outside the New Japan Strong sphere, you got to come in and earn it. And I think these two just
Once again, your winners,
showed
Jorel
exactly what
Nelson,
they can
Royce
do.
Isaacs, the West
And I
Coast
think they could be a
Wrecking
force
Crew.
as a tag team here on New Japan Strong.
I agree.
All right, so our first look at the debut of the West Coast Wrecking Crew, and it was a good one. More action to come. What a main event.
We will now take a short break to clean and disinfect the ring.
Yeah, that's what it is, baby. You're looking at the West Coast Wrecking Crew. Royce Isaacs, Jorel Nelson. You're looking at Superman's daddy right here. You look at the Mile High Samurai, and that's what we do. West Coast Wrecking Crew, our resume is already in our name. Expect more of that, huh?
Look who showed up. Royce Isaacs and Jorel Nelson. Y'all know who we are. But y'all ain't never seen us here. And so here's the thing. When we're here, we only care about a few things. Beating people up, winning matches, and winning championships.
The best in the game, the rest are just lame. West Coast Wrecking Crew, get used to the name.
What'd you up to?
Oh, I'm checking out new merch on Token Shop Global.
Oh yeah, they put out new products like every month. I just got a t-shirt.
I got a beautiful towel.
I just got boxers.
Oh yeah? I'm wearing them right now.
I just ordered a mask.
Good, the sooner the better, because I don't want to see your ugly face.
I love Token Shop Global. I as well.
The stars of today and the legends of the past come together on your smartphone. NJPW Collection. Pick up cards from special draft events. Use your collected cards to form your own faction or exchange them for limited edition special cards. Check in live from venues or remotely from home to get special tickets and items. Add all of New Japan Pro Wrestling to your collection now. NJPW Collection.
お待たせしました。本日のメインイベント30分一本勝負を行います。
Main event time indeed. A tag team battle, a preview of the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship matchup come up on May the 12th on AEW Dynamite. But Alex, it's history in the making here this week.
Kevin, I am so psyched for this matchup. We get to see one of the greatest wrestlers, a legend that is Yuji Nagata, make his debut here on New Japan Strong.
You know, it is almost my birthday. Is this your birthday present to me?
Well, if you didn't have a chance to celebrate, consider this your birthday gift, because we're definitely in for a treat.
You got off cheap again this year. The iconic sound of the theme of Yuji Nagata.
Two-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion, one of the longest reigns as a heavyweight champion.
Yeah, 392 days in all. And now the next challenger for the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship.
IWGP US ヘビー級王座次期挑戦者183センチ108キロ Nagata Yuji!
Kevin, I gotta say, you know, Yuji Nagata is 53 years old, and what's the most fascinating about him is he wrestles as if he's 30 years old. He is still very dangerous. You know, he's got that amateur wrestling background that he was very successful at. He's very good at striking. You know, he's got that mixed martial art background. He's a dangerous opponent. I'm wondering if it was a good idea for Jon Moxley to call him out.
Are you reading Yuji Nagata's bio, or are you describing Chris Dickinson? Because there are eerie similarities between Nagata and Chris Dickinson stylistically.
青コーナー178センチ102キロダーティーダディクリス・ディキンソン
Of course, Chris Dickinson, a true student of the game of New Japan Pro Wrestling, of that Japanese hard-hitting style. He made his debut with a splash and intensity like no other, but Ren Narita stopped him dead in his tracks and beat his ass.
Just the one blemish for Chris Dickinson with Ren Narita. Jon Moxley does what he wants to do. If there's a forbidden door, Jon Moxley will kick it down. You don't tell Jon Moxley where he can go or who he can wrestle. Jon Moxley challenged Yuji Nagata, as Alex said. He knows full well the reputation of the legend of Blue Justice. And Jon Moxley wants to set the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship apart. Apart from anything else he's doing in wrestling. Jon Moxley is his own man, but he has a background with Chris Dickinson. You want to talk about kindred spirits. They didn't come into the wrestling industry on the easy road. And now Jon Moxley gets set for this week's main event with the title match looming.
AEW 第8代 IWGP US ヘビー級チャンピオン188センチ102キロデスライダージョン・モクスリー
And would you look at that beautiful belt around the waist of Jon Moxley, and what an opportunity it is for Yuji Nagata. You know, he's never held this title. You know, this title, is still in its infancy, but already with a lot of prestige, in part thanks to Jon Moxley.
Well, Jon Moxley and Yuji Nagata have never wrestled before, so this will be, I think, important for both men to get a little feel for what the other can do with their singles match, their title match coming in short order. Jon Moxley, Chris Dickinson versus Yuji Nagata, Ren Narita. No shock that Mox and Yuji want to get this thing underway. Jeremy Marcus will be the official. The bell sounds and Nagata starts briskly.
They waste no time exchanging hard forearms, back and forth. And a hard knee to the abdominals of Yuji Nagata, shooting him off into the corner. Takes a hard boot to the face.
Yeah, Nagata stops him in his tracks, but, Moxley cracks him in the jaw. Now the sliding lariat. No, out of the way. PK, no, out of the way.
He's going
for Death Rider. But look at the escapability of Yuji Nagata there. Pump handle the arm. And this is the bread and butter for Yuji Nagata. The submission wrestling. And now the tag to Ren Narita. On excursion, a hell of an opportunity for Ren Narita, Alex.
Absolutely, to be teaming with a legend, with such an experienced wrestler like Yuji Nagata is a priceless opportunity. And Moxley tagging out to Dickinson. And I'm sure Dickinson hasn't forgot about the blemish that Ren Narita left on Dickinson's record. And I'm sure he'll be looking to knock him out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Chris Dickinson, of course, a true student of the game. Sends Narita off the ropes. Tackle, nothing doing.
Oh,
both Dickinson and Jon Moxley came into this industry the hard way, battling through death matches in some obscure locations, but now trading forearms. Center ring on the cerulean blue with Ren Narita. This is exactly where Dickinson wants to be, even getting hit by Narita. Ooh.
Wow. Impressive attack by Ren Narita, also knocking Jon Moxley off his apron. He's probably going to pay for that.
Dickinson takes Ren Narita down. Dickinson. And now Moxley pulling Ren Narita out. And watch out, cameraman, watch out, Ren Narita into the barricade goes. Ren Narita, courtesy of the U.S. champ.
I told you Ren Narita was going to pay for it. If anybody's going to be writing receipts, it's going to be Jon Moxley.
Moxley is trying to lure Yuji Nagata over to save Ren Narita, but Yuji Nagata doing the smart thing and staying home. Now Narita rolled back in. Chris Dickinson still legal. Snap suplex, floats over 1, 2, and a kick out.
Yuji Nagata has been in the game long enough not to be lured that easily. He knows all the mental warfare that goes on.
Ooh. Moxley wailing on Ren Narita off the tag. The backbreaker. Moxley with a cover. 1, 2, and a kick out.
And Moxley holding on to the legs of Ren Narita, tying him up. Pulling and cranking on that neck.
Such a pivotal moment, Alex, in wrestling right now, with Moxley appearing not only on AEW as one of their top stars, but also the IWGP US Heavyweight Champion. And now the matchup, the battle on AEW Dynamite coming up on May the 12th. Moxley defending against, oh my goodness, defending against Yuji Nagata.
I'm telling you, it's probably one of the most exciting times in wrestling for a wrestling fan. You know, it's amazing.
And the tag to Dickinson. Yeah, you never know when Jon Moxley will show up and what he will do. And Chris Dickinson obviously opening some eyes, challenging Filthy Tom Lawler for the Strong Openweight Championship. Snap there. Oh, right
my
across
God.
the back.
What a thought to the back of Ren Narita.
Well, kicked out at 2.
A lethal individual. And what a matchup that would be. What a matchup that would be between him and Tom Lawler. I cannot wait.
I cannot wait indeed. And Ren Narita in the STF, a submission predicament. You see Moxley positioning himself over within eye view of Yuji Nagata as Nagata sees Ren Narita clamp on the bottom rope. So Jeremy Marcus does call for the break. Now back to the vertical base and another tag upcoming. Moxley and Dickinson functioning well as a team, Alex.
Very, very cohesive.
They have a long-standing relationship, these two. And now Narita tied in the ropes. 5 minutes. Oh, look at this.
Look at him driving the forearms across the forehead of Ren Narita. Those, I'm telling you, do not feel good.
Narita reverses belly to belly.
That was out of
I'll
nowhere.
tell you what. No, that kid is lightning quick with that move, and now it looks like he'll get the tag. He'll get the tag. Tags on both sides, and now Yuji Nagata and Chris Dickinson.
And a hard kick to the chest of Chris Dickinson, and another, sending Dickinson to the corner.
Nagata sends Dickinson corner to corner, follows in, Justice Boot. Set up for the exploder, but Dickinson was ready.
What a forearm.
Butterfly suplex.
Beautiful.
Floats over into the cover. Jeremy Marcus there too, and a kick out. Yuji Nagata describes himself as the oldest 53-year-old. But at the same time, Yuji Nagata says he wants to wrestle until he's 70. And trains every day in preparation for main event opportunities like this one here.
Chris Dickinson asking for more, and this is not a predicament Yuji Nagata wants to be in. Dickinson is very dangerous with his strikes. Look at those chops.
Savant kick into the midsection.
Catches
Dickinson.
him.
Dragon screw leg whip. This is not where Yuji Nagata wants to be now with Jon Moxley tagged in the plus position. Dickinson lets him go, though, and Moxley gets a handle, trying Death Rider again, but again, the second escape.
And this is a powerful message sent to Moxley. This is the second time that he's able to have an answer for the...
Yeah, getting out of Death Rider is so important for Yuji Nagata.
Trading hard shots and a hard headbutt. Oh, an enziguri by Yuji Nagata, stumbling.
How about that? Moxley underneath.
Oh!
One,
What a
two.
lariat. He's holding on to him. He's got a really tight chokehold there. His arm is under the chin.
And Nagata will have to get out of this. He's already trying to neutralize some of the power by getting back to the vertical base. Now you see Moxley trapping the left arm. More of a traditional sleeper hold. Nagata downstairs, goes for another lariat, gets caught. Exploder. The Exploder sends Moxley flying. Tag to Ren Narita, here we go. First, Narita takes care of Dickinson. And now a double team opportunity. Nagata instrumental in a lot of Ren Narita's development in the Noge dojo. Now under the watchful eye of Shibata. Oh, follows in.
Spinning heel kick by Ren Narita for a cover for the win. But Dickinson breaks it right in time.
Well, what a feather in the cap of Ren Narita this would be. And let's see now, he's going to look to put him away. Fights on the floor, beautiful bridge. Floats over, and now going to look to take him for another ride. Here we go, belly-to-belly suplex.
Wow!
Again. To the cover. 2. Moxley out at 2.
What an impressive attack by Ren Narita. Can you imagine if he gets the W for his team? That's going to be another story.
Here we go, looking for that bridging belly-to-belly, but Moxley stops him. Anything by any means necessary. Waistlock, German suplex. Yuji Nagata up, gets knocked down by Moxley. Dickinson going over, leaping on Nagata on the floor. And now here we go.
Going for the Death Rider, and he connects.
Rider.
Spikes him right on his head.
Death Rider 2, he got him.
That's it, folks.
Time, 9
Just
minutes
like
and
that.
18 seconds. Here are your
You can
winners,
see how
the
dangerous
team of
Death
Chris
Rider
Dickinson
is.
And Jon
And that is certainly something that Yuji Nagata has to watch out for.
Well, Yuji Nagata, he's not going to waste this chance to get in the face of the champion. Yuji Nagata knows winning championships. Won them all throughout his amateur career, all through his pro career.
Oh! And they're exchanging slaps, and now Yuji Nagata locks in the crossface on Moxley.
Dickinson going in, trying to pull Nagata off of Jon Moxley, but not letting go of the Nagata lock. Blue Justice.
He's got a death grip on Moxley. My God, it took 4 or 5 men to get Yuji Nagata off of Moxley. And what a powerful message sent to Moxley by Yuji Nagata.
This is exactly what Jon Moxley wanted. Jon Moxley wanted to fight a legend. Wanted to defend the U.S. Heavyweight Championship against Yuji Nagata.
Now, I'm wondering if Jon Moxley got in Yuji Nagata's head, or did Yuji Nagata get in Moxley's head?
That is a great point. So the title match on May the 12th on AEW Dynamite. Will that man right there, Yuji Nagata, take the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship from Jon Moxley? So that's going to do it for this edition of New Japan Strong. As you heard, next week's main event, 8-man tag team elimination match. Team Filthy versus Brody King, Carl Fredericks, Clark Connors, TJP. This is the place to be. It's New Japan Strong. Enjoy the U.S. title match on AEW, everybody, and we'll see you next week.